Hi, I'm Oliver Clark. It's time to get real comfy. Whether you're lying down, sitting up, maybe you like to stand and get comfy. In any case, it's time to unwind. You haven't taken a trip in ages. You can't remember the last time you stepped foot on an aeroplane. Or a helicopter. But now, you're going to Hawaii. Your bags are packed. And you're travelling light. Shorts, t-shirt, board shorts, bikini, and of course a parasol. Flip-flops or thongs. You're excited. You can't wait. It's time to check in. You put your bags down on the conveyor belt to get weighed. And you're greeted by a lady behind the counter. Cherie. She's gorgeous. And says, "Where are you off to today?" You can't believe it. You're going to Hawaii. You hand over your license to confirm your identity, as are the rules at the airport. She checks your details and says, "Great news. We're upgrading you to first class." You're so happy. The trip is already starting off top shelf. With that, she processes your luggage and hands you a Mai Tai. And even though that drink is from another country entirely, it's still delicious. She could have chosen a blue Hawaii, but she thought she'd save that until you get there. With that, a golf buggy arrives. The driver says, "Hop in, I'll take you to the gate." You sit down with your Mai Tai and your hand luggage. And the driver slowly turns off and heads toward Gate 36 in the International Lounge. It's an early evening flight. The sun is beaming through the windows, broken up by the pillars and the advertising on the windows. But it feels so good against your face. As you're being driven to gate number 36 with your Mai Tai, and your hand luggage. You cannot wait, and you can't believe you've had an upgrade to first class. This trip surely is already turning into something special, possibly the best trip ever. It's time to board your flight. The steward checks your ticket and insists you have a great flight. You hop in, you hop onto the plane. You find your seat number. You sit down and buckle up. Being first class, there's a lot of spare room. You've already stowed your luggage in the overhead compartment. You don't have a care in the world. The steward notices your Mai Tai is finished, so instantly hands you another, without you even having to ask. You hear the slight rumble of the engines. You can feel it through your body. It's like a massage. Oh wait, no. That's just the chair I'm in. It's a massage chair in first class. It's on the low setting. You decide to ramp it up just a little. Number 3. Ooh, that's it. That feels good. It doesn't take long. Probably the quickest it's ever taken to taxi out to the runway and take off. And suddenly you're in the air, on your way to Hawaii. You get a tap on the shoulder. You turn to your left and see a man greeting you. He says, "Hi, my name's John." You say, "Hi, John. Good to meet you." He then says, "And this is my wife, Renee." You say, "Hi, Renee. It's good to meet you." John starts talking to you. He's a nice enough guy, but comes across a little needy. His wife Renee, on the other hand, chimes in with a few comments here and there that you'd prefer to listen to. She makes eyes at you as John keeps talking. Far more interested in her gaze than what's coming out of his mouth. You think about what could be with Renee potentially in Hawaii. You get yourself another Mai Tai. This one tastes so good. You've never tasted a Mai Tai quite like this. How do they get it tasting so good? I guess you'll never know. The flight's going very quick. John's fallen asleep. He reclines his seat. And now you get a full view of Renee. She's eating peanuts. She looks at you and offers you one. You oblige. She puts the nuts on John's lap. You reach across and grab one of the nuts from his lap and slowly put it in your mouth. It's salty and crunchy, and it tastes good. So good, in fact, you reach for another, just as Renee's reaching for a nut. Your hands touch, just for a split second. You look at each other in the eye and hold that gaze for another split second. These nuts have never tasted so good. The cabin crew puts on the signal to fasten your seatbelt. It's time to land. Wow, you think to yourself. It feels like just a second ago we took off, and now we're here in Hawaii. That was the quickest flight ever. You touch down at 6 a.m. in the morning. Perfect. You get the whole day in Hawaii. As you exit the plane, they hand you a blue Hawaii. Yummo, you say. They agree. It's delicious. One of the stewardesses puts a lei over your head. Smell those fresh frangipanis. The smell of Hawaii. That tropical smell. Your body starts to feel good. It starts to really loosen up. It's warm and dewy. When you reach your hotel, you realize it's right on the water, overlooking Waikiki Beach. It's right at the top, the penthouse. Could this holiday get any better? You immediately put on your togs. Head down through the lobby and walk straight onto the beach. You feel that sand in between your toes. Crunchy, but soft. By the end of this trip, your feet are gonna be exfoliated so good. you're going to have the softest feet ever. People are going to be pretty jealous. They'll say, "Hey, how'd you get your feet so soft?" And you say, "I'll never tell, 'cause it's your little secret." You keep walking, you feel that water hit your feet for the first time. Ooh, the tingles up your entire body. Makes you feel reborn. Gets you a little horny. It's warm. You walk further and further in. Your ankles. Your knees. The water feels so good. It's at perfect body temperature. You dive in and feel it go through your hair and on your face. And then you come up out of it and shake the water off. This is paradise. Just then, a man comes up on a surfboard and hands you a blue Hawaii cocktail and says, "Courtesy of the woman over there." You glance over. It's Renee. She's lying on the beach. She pulls down her sunglasses and gives you a wink. John's fast asleep. This is surely turning into a trip of a lifetime. After frolicking in the water for several hours, if not half a day, you decide it's probably time to head on in and get some food. Some crab. Some oysters. Any kind of shellfish will do. And lucky for you, it's all there, waiting in your hotel room. You didn't even order anything. It's complimentary. For the next week, your daily routine consists of waking up to the sun beaming through your hotel room and onto your face, onto your body, because the sheets are just strewn across your loins, because Hawaii is so warm and dewy, much like your loins. You have breakfast. You eat fruit, nuts, shellfish, and more shellfish. You take dips in the water. You climb volcanoes. You play golf. You eat the best food ever. And you build up a glowing tan that for some reason, even though you've been wearing board shorts or a bikini, your whole body is tanned with no single tan line. The perfect tan. Over this week, you've relaxed. You've had fun. You've chatted to a lot of people. You've unwound. But now it's time to hop back on that plane and head back. But you know it's time. Once again, you've been upgraded to first class. And this time, at the checkout desk, they don't hand you a Mai Tai. They hand you 2 Mai Tais. And assign you a steward to hold your hand luggage all the way to the gate. As you hop onto the plane, you think to yourself, that is possibly the best holiday I've ever had. I don't think it could get any better. Just then, you hear a voice, a female voice. She says, "Hello." A very common greeting amongst humans. You look to your left. It's Renee. But where's John? It doesn't matter. But he's not there. And it doesn't matter. You don't need to know the ins and outs of what may or may not have happened. You just need to focus on the now and be present. You and Renee laugh and chat and play charades the whole way home on that plane. You feel light. You feel happy. But your bladder feels full from all the Mai Tais and blue Hawaiis you've had on that trip so far. You head to the toilet. You look at the latch. It's green. You assume that means there's no one in there. So you go on in. And what a toilet that is. Made of pewter. The toilet seat's already up. Because you're going to do number ones. It's a great time. You're in there for about 10 minutes. Just thinking and reflecting on the fantastic trip you've just had. You wash your hands. That soap smells good. Just like a frangipani. You turn to walk out. But just before you do, you hear a knock at the door. You open the latch and open the door. It's Renee. She wants to come in. You say to yourself, this trip couldn't get any better. Or could it?